was born ready. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a better way to do that.
Do what?
The intro. That was like 15 clicks, and like probably half of them were mess ups. And so,
Only half.
yeah, only half.
Sounds like
Out
you're
of
getting better
15,
already.
if it was 1 out of 2, then it would be a little better. But it was like 15 because I don't go to that screen often, so it's under a music section that I made. Um, but then I gotta turn on and off. So intermission's on. So as soon as I go into that section, the intermission music starts playing. And then there's two that are labeled like almost the same with intro and then intro dance party. And so I click intro and that's just some music. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's the video one. I gotta click the other one. So it's just a disaster. And then I've thought about it like 2 or 3 times to fix it. And so that makes it even more annoying because I've already thought about fixing it and I haven't. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Darcy.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
We have a wonderful viewer joining us already.
Oh, excellent.
So good morning, viewer.
Good morning, Craig.
I don't know. It might be my mom. Oh, no,
No,
it's
it
our
says
moderator. He's on it. Because he's the one that knows, he probably knows how to check the website. That's the thing that really, really brings down most of our viewership is that they don't know how to check the website to tell when the show is. So
Yeah.
then they ask me, oh, what time's the show today? And I'm like, I already had it. They're like, oh, you did it early? I'm like, yeah, we put it on the website like 2 weeks ago. So, Craig, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. But we'll be back to our regular time starting next week
Yep.
for Tech Talk. Crypto Corner's still probably going to float around. We're going to do it Monday. I got to fix that. This is
Yep.
Wednesday. Hold
Yeah,
on a sec.
that's my fault. I'm traveling.
Well, now people will know you're traveling. What do I got to do? Did something happen? I got like a ding ding in my headset.
You are a ding ding.
Yeah, I would probably think that some people believe that. So yeah, it is definitely something that's probably true. So let's just fix this date. All right. See, we got live updates. Maybe I need to teach our moderator how to do this. And then he could do it. And then we'd have an extra well, then he'd probably want to get compensated. More work.
He'd probably be like, so what exactly does Darcy do?
Well, he's got his hands full keeping the porn at bay.
Right? Aw, that sounded really awful.
That was kind of bad, but he's fighting the good fight in our chat.
Yeah.
You know, we were overwhelmed those couple episodes. It was
Yeah.
just non-stop spamming, and ever since then, ever since he's put his little wrench in our chat, it now that sounded worse than the other comment. So
It's not getting better.
yeah, we'll just leave.
Greg's like, I'm gonna go now. I feel uncomfortable.
That's so funny. So yeah, so we'll do Monday. Wow, I got a lot to learn today. What does the Microsoft blockchain look like? But there has also been tons and tons of crypto news this past week. We've had Charles Hopkins, the founder of Cardano, or creator. I don't know if you can be a founder or a creator and both, but because I don't know if he's working with a team. Yeah, you know, when you think of development, that's the only reason I was thinking, because I was like, more than likely he's not doing the coding by himself. So, which aspect would you get? Creator and founder? I would think founder, and then the team is the creators. But then I guess you came up with the idea. I don't know. It's just interesting. So he's in front of Congress right now. Do you know what he was
Yeah.
saying?
Nope.
I don't either.
Not a clue. We'll have to find out.
He was probably telling him to buy some Cardano.
Yeah, right?
Advising him.
He's over there like,
buy the dip. Buy the dip.
yeah. I just imagine him with flyers. Hey guys.
Flyers.
That's cool.
He is really excited about his stuff, so I could see him handing out flyers.
It's possible.
Yeah, like he's a super like professional. He tries, I don't know, he's a little more, I think he's a little snobby. And when it comes to when you think of programmers that are just like totally chill or tech people, I don't know. He's more of the professional side of it for sure.
Mm.
So he might not be, but I could see him. He's super excited. And he's never afraid to talk about his blockchain, which is an alright blockchain. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with it as far as I know. So we'll talk about. Oh, go ahead.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah. I mean, it's alright. It's in the top group, and they're building real projects on it. So that's why I say it's okay. I mean, you never know if it's going to be super successful or not because we're in the early days of business adopting blockchain technologies, but I could see it because it's really big in Africa and stuff like that. It's one I like, but I don't. It's not one of my favorites. So, but we'll talk about Microsoft's, which would be more along our lines of business. And
yep.
That'll be Monday. So, today, it still says TBA. I won't fix anymore. We'll just leave it. Physicists keep a bubble from popping for a record-breaking 465 days.
Why? I mean, that's awesome.
So you have people that probably do other things also, but a portion of their time for the last year and a few months was keeping a bubble from popping or monitoring a bubble. You know, they might not have had to actively do something, but I'm sure they checked in on it regularly.
I'm just thinking, like, merging code after, I don't know, a week gets mind-numbingly boring. I can't even imagine 465 days of watching a bubble. It seems like every once in a while you would have to do something, right? You're like, oh no, it's getting too close to the wall or whatever. Did I sound like a physicist?
Oh no, it's getting too close to the wall.
Yeah, it sounds rough. Like a rough go of it.
Scientists have been studying ways to make bubbles more stable. One method is mixing water and tiny plastic beads and blowing air into them to make a bubble, creating something called a gas marble. The team wondered how long they could actually last, and it turns out that the sky is the limit. Somebody got bored and just popped it. Yeah. They're like, I'm done. I want to move on. Let's do something else, guys. These created bubbles with a mixture of water and nylon particles, while others with mixture plus added glycerol, also known as glycerin, the substance commonly found in cosmetics. The water and the nylon bubbles were stable for a matter of minutes, some popping around an hour. The ones where glycerol was added to the mix had a much longer life. The team found that the bubbles lived longer than 100 days, with the sturdiest, certainly a peculiar adjective for a bubble, surviving 465 days. The key is all in the mixture of glycerol and the nanobeads that counteract the physical processes that would normally lead the bubble to burst.
I wonder. I feel So there's a lot of tiny plastic particles in the ocean. Isn't that like the big thing? Is we're trying to get. I'm just imagining like, why would you have these bubbles and then if they burst, they're just like spreading out their teeny tiny plastic particles, making it
Well,
worse.
I'm sure the scientists took the time to filter out the plastic particles and dispose of them properly,
Oh
like
yeah.
any good
They're
scientist
like,
would.
we'll save these for later.
Yeah, they.
We'll
I'm
put them in a
sure.
jar
I'm
and throw 'em.
100% sure they didn't just dump it down the drain.
No, they just wiped it up with a paper towel. Save this one for later. Okay. I mean that is I'm I guess it would be cool if you needed
So
you're having a wedding or in a year. You're like, well, let's get the bubbles done now. Yeah.
it says they could also make different shapes. Blah blah blah. I don't really get. Again, I mean, I guess there's some measurements being done, but glycerol's kind of or glycerin's like a thick, soupy, kind of like something that could, in my head, stabilize a bubble, right?
Hmm.
And then they said they're basically they're creating the bubble inside of a liquid with nanoparticles too, which then would create kind of like a shell around the bubble. How is this like a surprise that it lasts longer? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've set up the most ideal conditions, which I would think a lot of reasonable people that um, know about glycerin and the idea of a bubble would. I mean, adding in the nanoparticles, the microparticles. Okay, that's a little cooler. Like a normal person probably wouldn't do that, but we would come up with some way like, okay, how about you make a glob of oil and then inside of that you have an air bubble. I mean, it's just a coating around it, and we've seen that in lots of things. I mean, like you leave food like cheese out too long, and you get a nice coating on top of it. And if a bubble is underneath it, you would think it'd last maybe a little longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't. I don't know. I'm kind of irritated by it now. I guess I'm
Yeah.
irritated this
Well,
morning.
it says it's I yeah, that's probably my fault. Um, yeah, it
No,
says
no.
that they're but less about amusement and more about applications.
That's yeah. So they're. I mean, they're
Yeah.
taking measurements, so that part's cool.
Trap toxic gases. What happens if they pop though with the
Yeah,
toxic gas? They're
exactly,
like
exactly.
But I
All
guess
right,
it
we're moving on. They think they're working in like a sci-fi movie or something.
yep.
Like if a bubble's ever gonna attack, or they'll
Yeah.
be prepared. They'll know how to trap it and contain it. We're, kind of like
I like
what
it.
the Ghostbusters needed to do to trap ghosts and have their
Yeah.
containment unit.
That's awesome. I was thinking somebody tries to break into your house and instead of shooting them, you just blow a bubble around
Oh,
them.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that they need to get the science moving along. So you're gonna have to encase them in glycerin,
Yeah.
and then put them in a bubble
Please.
and have microbeads. Yeah. Wow. Globies. Globies.
There you go. Yep.
Oh man. What? Oh yeah. There's a sad story about people shooting people with those water bubbles just recently.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Somebody like kids shot
I
other
don't know what a
kids and
water bubble.
they these like water guns that shoot these Orbeez or something, and they're like little
Oh.
water thing. I mean, I imagine they'd sting,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then people got beat up and somebody died from it. Not from getting shot, but from getting beat up
Right.
because they shot somebody, which is
Right.
not a great. I mean, you shouldn't react with violence. That's what we should always
Yeah.
promote, peace. But you shouldn't be surprised by the reaction of getting beat up by shooting at people. Like that's all you got. But it was so severe. I mean, so it wasn't just all. Yeah, horrible. It just made me think of the bubbles.
Yeah.
It's like we already have them and we shoot them through air and they're already getting people in trouble. All right. So this
Can you make
simple.
this one a little bigger?
Yes. This is the one with the never going away ad.
Yay.
5 signs that your blood sugar levels are too high. Number 2 is scary. All right. This simple 10-second balance test can tell if your risk of death is double. According to new research published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, the inability to stand on one leg for 10 seconds is associated with nearly double risk of dying in the next 10 years. So everybody hear that? 10 seconds. This is like a sobriety test thing.
So, what's everybody's chances of dying and the probability of dying in the next 10 years? Just
Can you look that up?
General. Yep.
See if we can get a generic baseline.
Now that you say it.
Huh?
Now that you say it, you're like, can you look it up? I'm like, oh yeah. Yes, I can.
Because they're saying in 10 years, if you can't balance for 10 seconds on one leg, and this is mid to later life, you have a higher probability of dying in 5 years. Or you're doubling the probability. I was reading that wrong. Yeah. So then we need to know the baseline probability.
All right.
What are the odds of a person dying in the next 10 years? And this is because these researchers have found that balance typically remains quite well. What if you've had bad balance your whole life? Then you've always been at risk of dying. Maybe they're saying because you can't balance, you're more clumsy and then... Nope, they have more. Balance typically remains quite well preserved until the 6th decade of life, when it starts to deteriorate relatively quickly, in contrast to aerobic muscle strength and flexibility. However, balance assessment isn't routinely included in health checks of middle-aged and older men and women. This is possible because there isn't any standardized test for it, and there is little hard data linking balance to clinical outcomes other than falls. Find anything yet?
So I found a probability, but it's like for my age and yours, we're close enough.
You're so much older than me.
Is yep. So for your age,
Yep.
death probability is 0.002976, and this is just general. There's tests that you can take.
Wait. How many zeros were in front of that?
2.
2 zeros.
Yeah, and your life expectancy is 35.15 years. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, it's doubled if you can't stand on one leg. But, I mean, clearly it's not taking it.
I don't like that percentage. That's not good.
Yeah. You're like, I'm only going to live for 35. So for me, it's 39.01 years. I get an extra 3 years on you.
You know, they're throwing out a lot of percentages here. So I was just trying to find. So the proportion of deaths among those who failed the test was significantly higher. 17 versus 4. In general, those who failed the test had poorer health. Higher proportion was obese. Yeah, I mean, I get what they were saying also. Yeah. Because if you're doing... So, yeah, that's what I was just going to... Craig just read my mind. Yeah, doing yoga. Like, if you can't do yoga, you know, you're probably there's reasons that you can't do yoga, and you're not flexible. And if you're doing yoga, then you can probably balance for 10 seconds, and you're probably a little more healthy because you're doing yoga. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Just do yoga.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but I get it.
I know you do yoga.
But
Do you still have you been
maybe
keeping
it's-
up?
No, I haven't been lately. And there's a huge difference. Not that long ago.
I could totally tell.
Well, 6 months ago. Yeah, you could.
Yep. You know why?
Why?
Because you didn't tell me you had to go do yoga.
Yep, that's true.
You'd be like, well, I'm going to go do yoga.
Yep.
So I knew you weren't doing it.
I know. I need to really bad. I am stiff.
You haven't been running much either.
I didn't. This week I didn't. I've been running 3 days a week, though, actually.
You didn't tell me once this week that you were going to go run.
That's because I've been sick all week.
I didn't know running stopped for sickness.
Heck yeah. If I can't get out of bed, I also can't go running.
That's funny.
But yeah,
I don't
3
run.
days a week I've been doing really well. I'm up to my last run. I did 25 minutes. It felt good.
I know. You're a runner.
Yes, I do enjoy
That's too much. Cool. Well, bounce on your legs.
Yep.
Not your hands.
Daily. Yeah.
10 seconds,
Yeah.
and then you'll live 10 years longer.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
is
5 years
official
longer.
medical advice from a bear. That's unlicensed in anything. Besides
so
eating
just read
fish,
an
maybe.
article.
I didn't even read the article. I skimmed the article, and I didn't even do a good job of it. So,
Yeah.
take medical advice from me. You know, that's smart.
Yep, beware.
It's just fun. I think of all the people that they have to actually warn to not take medical advice from, things like that. It's just like, it's too bad.
Yeah.
How do I know when to bring washing indoors before dew forms on it? So I have a question to the audience.
Uh-oh.
How many people dry their clothes outside?
Rick's grandmother does. I'm going to see if I can find another article because this one.
I've seen my grandma do it. I don't know if my mom does it. I know a lot of the people around our area do. I see their clothes hanging outside. So oh no, you gotta be kidding me. I hate you, scientist. I'm gonna go bear Hulk on him. Oh, we even lost a viewer. That's too bad.
They're like, they keep bringing up articles that don't have a thingy.
What?
I don't even know. Yeah, I was like, what did I just say?
I was confused. So, my opinion on I don't like clothes outside because I think the sun deteriorates the fabric faster. So it's interesting. What do you think?
I don't mind it.
Versus a dryer.
I mean, I prefer a dryer. I think having your stuff out, I don't know. I feel like some things would be nice to dry outside, like your sheets. Things that just smell good, but smell good when you bring them in. It smells like outside, but like your jeans, things that just need the dryer to soften up. Yeah,
what about damage? Because both of them are damaging your clothes. Is the sun's sunlight, is the sun's sunlight more, is it worth it to worry about it?
I'm going to say no. Well, like if it's your jeans,
poll
your
time.
jeans are fading anyway.
Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm doing a poll. And then I was I mean, if you're worried about certain clothes, I guess you could just turn them inside out so they don't fade as fast, or you don't get like the sunspots. But I mean, I feel like I don't know. I wouldn't worry about that.
We're gonna get expert opinions. We're polling the experts.
Okay.
So, do we need to take a quick break? We're a few minutes late.
I
Or
could
do
use some more coffee.
Yeah, and then we'll get into this article and see what they have to say. So, I want to
I
see
have
if.
another one.
Huh?
Oh, you found it?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
found
No,
it?
no, no. I'm gonna. Yeah, let's do that real quick because New Scientist is not on our friends list today
Yeah.
because
I know,
they were gonna
everyone's
give
just
us a
like, "Why don't we
free.
just get
Oh, go ahead.
I said everyone's probably just wondering why we don't just get the free.
Yeah, I tried. Yep.
It's true.
And now they're the only ones that have this stupid article too.
I can't find anything else like it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We'll never know the answer to this. How do I know when? Well, we'll cover whatever's in the first like 5 sentences of it. Water vapor will condense into a surface when the air temperature falls below the dew point. The temperature at which the air is saturated and can hold there.
So
That's it.
keep an eye on the dew point.
Yeah, that's it. Keep an eye on the dew point.
I think it's just bring it in before you go to bed.
I'd say before. Well, it depends what time you go to bed. So.
Bring it in before it starts to get dark.
Yeah, that would be fair, but I think I don't know. Like when you're camping, does it get wet before dark? Like I think it does, right at dusk. So as soon as it's dry, you know, bring it in. But I don't know. 5-minute break.
Yep, let's do it.
Cool.
The sun can fade certain fabrics. I believe that was your grandmother. Your grandmother. I guess I gotta tell some jokes.
What's your joke over this music?
Yep. I'm just recalibrating first. Recalibration in process.
So we have yes at 50%. Say yes. So 50% say no. Yep. Grandma was talking to me downstairs because the the Amish in the area, they definitely hang all their clothes outside. They leave them outside all the time. Like, for a long time, it just seems like, because I'll drive by, I'll do stuff, and they'll come back by and the same clothes are still out there. But sometimes it seems like it's even the next day that they're out there that somebody forgot to go and grab them.
How do you know they're the same clothes? Maybe they just have
Well,
lots of
that's the
looking
thing. They could
mixes.
just look the same. I don't know that they're the same.
like Rick's got so many shirts that are all black. Here, 1 second. I need to tell Ella to quit crying. Yeah, that didn't work. Anyway, she'll be okay.
My bear is like glitching out. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah. What do dentists call their x-rays? Toothpicks. Oh, that's a good one.
All right. Hopefully the bear does better. My eyes do better. And an eyelash too. What?
I told a joke when you were gone. I
Oh,
did
good.
find one more that where sorry.
Are you retelling the joke that you already told?
No, this is a different one.
So we have more jokes? Okay.
Yeah. Where did Napoleon keep his armies? In his sleeveys. Because arms, sleeveys. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's good. It says these are good jokes to tell your friends.
Yeah, so. Then you need different friends.
Yeah.
Because that was, I don't know. We'll see what. Hope Grandma says it can fade fabrics too.
Yeah.
Cool.
I said that too, but I didn't realize you'd already left. You were like, I need coffee stat.
So.
And that's fair.
We didn't find anything more, but I guess bring it in before the due forms. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to figure out how do we know when.
Yeah.
But, yep. There you go. Robots learn to shape letters using Play-Doh. That does look like a kid thing. It's so funny. Like, here, make this shape, and then this is what you get. Ah.
Yeah, and then you put it on the fridge.
Humans aren't the only ones working with Play-Doh. MIT CSAIL researchers, or CSAIL, it's probably like computer science, artificial intelligence, I don't know what the hell it would be, but have created a system, RoboCraft, that teaches robots how to work with the kid-friendly goo. The platform first takes the image of a shape and interprets it as a cluster of interlocking particles. The bot then uses physics-oriented neural network to predict. Oh, they are really trying to make it sound fancy. A physics-oriented neural network to predict how.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like, man, I'm just so impressed by those words together. To predict how its two fingers can manipulate those spheres to match the desired outcome. A predictive algorithm helps the machine plan its actions. It took just 10 minutes of practice for a robot to perform roughly as well, and in some cases better than human remote controlling the same hardware. Oh, that's interesting. So, oops, I don't want to hear the sound. That's loud. You only you only get the two squeezer things, so you got to figure out how to make the letters. That's kind of cool. I like it.
That is cool. I'm like, I made an H.
Yep. That's exactly what it's doing for all the different letters. So I could see it taking a minute for humans that hadn't really thought about it to be able to do it, right?
Yep. I Now I want some Play-Doh and make some letters. Play-Doh's salty.
They're developing a method of making dumplings and teach the robot to use additional tools such as a rolling pin. Oh, they're coming for your jobs. There you go. The future. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have this. This is interesting. Thousands of cows were killed by extreme heat and humidity amid freak weather in Kansas. A shocking video shows rows of cattle laying dead, with temperatures set to hit 110 in days.
Yikes. I didn't realize that they were having a heat wave like that.
Oh, that's just an everyday temperature. 110. That'd be hot.
Yeah.
Footage has emerged showing thousands of cows laying dead under Kansas sun amid a heat wave in the U.S. A spokesperson for the Kansas Livestock Association said heat stress killed the cattle as temperatures and humidity spiked over the weekend and cooling winds disappeared.
That's
Yeah, I
awful.
was just like the wind, like the cow's like, where'd the wind go? Come
Yeah.
on. So here's this video may be disturbing. It is disturbing. So if you don't want to watch it, then I would say we're only gonna show it for like a minute and then we'll move on. And then we'll be looking at pictures of the same video. So maybe you might want to take a break for a few minutes. But when you see nice pretty pictures of
My camera. Oh.
vampire stuff, a vampire squid, then we'll be back to normal. So here we go. Here's our video. Yeah, I didn't give him much warning.
No.
I gotta work on that. So keep in mind this is on somewhat of a loop, I think. Because I was trying to look at that because you do got to be critical of video, right? Or of anything you see, because it makes it look sometimes worse than it is. So yeah, it looks like it's on a loop, but that's still a lot of cows. Yeah.
That is a lot. It is awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad.
And I was listening to some news reports, and I actually listened to the lady that was the spokesperson for the Livestock Association. And she was saying that this isn't uncommon that they have, I forgot the word she used, basically like very central, very localized heat spikes, and the cattle are already under immense stress as it is, and so it doesn't take much to mess them up. And then as you see 110 degrees, that would be horrible for anybody out in the sun. As you see, cattle don't get like tons of shade, and so yeah, didn't do well.
No. Yep, that's awful.
Here's another picture, but I think it's the same circulating video.
Mm-hmm.
And the reports of how much, yeah, anywhere from 2 to 10,000 cattle. That's pretty much what I've heard.
Well, I mean, it's sad that many animals died, and I can only imagine that it really affects the farmers as well.
Oh yeah,
You know,
oh yeah, this is catastrophic.
Yeah, because it's not just the farmers that own them, but like all the people that work for them, and then that's awful.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
Oh yeah, big deal. Now, this is putting our tinfoil hats. Right? I wish I had one just to put on real quick.
I know. Don't we have? Isn't that an option?
Yeah, but we're not good enough to be able to switch. And it can be on a hotkey too. See, that's part of the practice. Hopefully, we can do coming up. After
Yep.
you move and everything, because
Yeah.
with all this YouTube money, and we're getting big houses and stuff.
Yeah. Our negative money.
Yeah,
Like, you know
yeah,
what? I'm not
exactly.
putting enough.
Or
I need
or
to
maybe you're moving
expand.
to hide from our
Yeah.
crazed fans, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm moving out. I'm moving out into the wilderness to be
But
with my eggplant people.
your eggplant people. But yeah, so I think this summer I'm gonna practice a little more at some of our stuff because we're good at some of the things. But tinfoil hats on, and so conspiracies. This is really interesting. If you follow the news in the way of food, look, it's flashing. They already know. Like the hackers were getting in. A second ago, I was just getting flashing. If you come back to the video, you'll see. Once Google was like, "Oh, it's conspiracy. We better listen." So there's been food packaging places or food processing places that have burnt down or went out of business, and now these cows. There's like, that's where this video comes from. I don't know if this is like going to talk about it all, but it's interesting that a lot of our food stuff has come under pressure from, like a bunch of unfortunate things to happen in a very short time, all at the same time as it being funneled through like the same kind of companies. It's kind of like weeding out smaller companies to have it all food all under the same big. I forget what it is, but like because I don't follow conspiracy unless there's some facts to it. But it's trying to link all these different events together to say that the secret shadow governments are consolidating our food under one house, and then they can control it, and then blah blah blah. I mean, there's probably lots of theories that come off that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just to put it out there, it's always interesting to keep track of, right? Because if you don't, then that's when you totally miss stuff. But things happen, and you would need to look at a lot more data than just a few in recent years. And then what are people gaining? It's always money, but really, does that make sense? And is this, yeah. So you always gotta look into it, do your own research. But it's interesting. This is very sad
interesting.
and
I mean,
interesting.
it's kind of it's hard not to think stuff like that. But
they were saying they were poisoned, I think is what the conspiracy is.
Yeah.
Or controlling the weather, right? We can control the weather, so. So more happy stories. Vampire squids are gentle blobs. Oh, cute too.
They're super cute.
I would like one of these to hang out with when I'm swimming around it.
No, that would scare me. Plus, I think they're really deep. I think they're that was weird. I think they live really deep in the ocean.
What kind of stuff do they talk about? Are they philosophers? How deep are they?
Philosophers. Yeah. Yeah. If you got an hour, at least.
Yeah. If you see, I do believe a lot of the squids are deep water, right? And the cephalopods, something like that.
Yeah.
They're called.
Yeah. So that sounds very close.
Cephalopods, yeah. And so if you see one, I would imagine that's not a good sign. Like you're probably in trouble. Probably in trouble. So
way down here now. Yeah.
This is a reconstruction of the 164 million year old fossils that reveal a muscular body and powerful suckers. Yeah. So this ancient one.
Oh, can we make this one bigger too?
Yep. This ancient one, despite the scary name, the modern vampire squid are docile denizens of the deep sea, but their Jurassic ancestors may have been a lot fiercer. Analysis of fossilized soft tissue from 3 164 million year old specimens. The ancient cephalopods have had some powerful weapons. They had a more streamlined muscular body. 2 of the 8 arms were twice as long as the other 6. Strong suckers on all 8 arms could have helped it snatch and hold on to prey. Yeah, that is. I was just thinking of it because it's not eating you; it's sucking you dry. And this big giant, just think you're swimming along as a whale. You're just minding your own business. Next thing you know, this big sucker thing comes from the deep, and it's just that'd be so scary. I'd be scared as a whale, like a giant whale. I'd be like, I'm not going into the deep water. I'm gonna stay here in the shallow water. I'm gonna risk getting beached. Like,
Yep.
nope.
Heck yeah.
Then they're like, there's a bunch of sharks up there by shore, and you're like, I don't
They're
care.
like,
I
"That's
don't
cool."
care. That's
It'll be
cool.
over quickly.
Yeah, it'll be a lot faster. So, you're exactly right. Huh? That's a little scary. I don't like him.
Oh,
I
look
don't
at
at
that
all.
guy.
That's the fossil.
That's a pretty good fossil. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
yeah, there's a lot of detail there.
It's just crazy that this is the fossil, though.
Yeah, it is crazy. They're like, we've learned so much.
I know that it's really. I'm looking at it,
We
and
learned.
there's just so much they probably are able to tell, but it's like, how many times people probably pass that, and we're like, yeah, looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So both ancient modern have 8 arms, bearing suckers. Cool. It's just more powerful suckers. That's pretty much
Some
it.
powerful suckers.
Yeah, I'd say that's what they were, just stronger, more powerful, but they would have had to been to hold on to crazier stuff.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot more crazy things in the ocean back then.
Oh man, our viewership's just dying. Dying.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they didn't like our science news.
I think we're doing pretty good.
You always think we're doing pretty good.
I know there'll be no one on. I'm like, we're rocking it today.
It's funny. We had like 5 and we're down to 2. Now we're back up to 4. I don't know how these numbers work. This is like, maybe people are double dipping. They're like, oh, I made this fake ghost account. It's Craig's troll account. That's also logging in and out. He can't control them both. It's
Thanks,
too
Craig.
much. All right.
Said he's holding strong.
So here's why pumpkin toadlets are such clumsy jumpers. That is a cute little picture.
That is super cute.
He's like, all right, I'm not a good jumper, but I'm going to gear up.
Yeah, he's so cute. He can do whatever he wants. It's like, you know what? You do you. You're so stinking cute.
I'm telling you, Craig, my game idea is so perfect. It really is so
What's
perfect.
your game idea?
I'm not going to tell the world, obviously.
So
Oh, well,
you're
we could
just
talk about
pitching
it.
it.
Yeah, of course, because if any awesome developers want to know, then they can come and work on this thing that I haven't even started.
I will not be offended by that. Even you're like, I won't tell you. If any awesome developers want to know.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't include you. That would
Appreciate
be, I would have to get like that would be like when. Never mind. I'll just stop right there.
Yeah. Yeah, stop.
Ah, that's so funny. So, some frogs just can't stick the landing. After launching into a leap, these cute little morsels of cuteness. That is just.
Aww.
That is so cool. I'd love to have one of these little guys. And he probably poisoned you. Like, wasn't
I know,
there
I was
like
like,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just thinking like he's pretty bright.
Yeah.
He doesn't jump very well. I'm hoping that he's like horribly poisonous
Yep.
to save his life.
What's this say? He knows you aren't in game development.
That's true. I am not.
Is it really that
So
different? I was just
I
thinking,
know.
I was thinking through the actual development, sorry. But yeah. So you're not, but you would be able to do it. You'd be fine. Um, so, and plus they make it so you can just like drag and drop stuff nowadays. It's so simple.
Oh, my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Functional people's favorite, right?
Yeah.
So,
Just kidding.
back to the little cute little toady.
Yeah.
He can't jump. He can jump, but he can't land. So he careens through the air as if flung from a toddler's fist. They roll, cartwheel, or backflip and then plummet to the ground, often belly flopping or crash landing on their backs.
I hope there's a video. If there's not,
Uh,
I'll try and find one.
yeah, see if you can find one real quick. Oh, never mind.
There
Never
it is.
mind.
Okay.
We got one. I've looked at a lot of frogs, and these are the weirdest things I've ever seen. I want to be I want to study frogs. That would be cool.
Awesome. Yep.
I bet
We've
you,
got so many frogs here.
I bet you'd find that they have personality.
Hmm. I think so. We've got some big ones here. I mean, it's one of my favorite things about going out in the morning to take the dogs out is they're everywhere. And some of them are so stinking fast. They've jumped into me before. They're huge. And they'll just like crawl really fast and then jump. It's the weirdest thing. It's so cool.
I feel bad for all those frogs we did in
Yeah.
Craig. There's a lot of frogs. I mean, if we were brought up on frog trial, not good. Not good.
What's frog trial?
Nah, we hunted frogs for a long time.
Aw, poor frogs.
Yeah.
Our doorbell's broken because there's a frog living in it. We're like, we'll just let him live in there.
Yeah, but this is when we were
Happy we don't need
kids.
it.
They were
Yeah.
in the swamp. They're swamp frogs. They weren't like frogs. They were. I don't know how I'm justifying this with them being swamp frogs. I was just like, there's no argument with that. Like,
Okay.
like I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, totally acceptable. We made our own spears. Does that help? I mean, I don't know.
Aw,
So yeah,
poor
But-
frogs.
yeah, poor frogs. So let's watch these little cute frogs. I promise I don't murder frogs. Like I can't remember the lost unless I run them over on the road, and that's
No, that's an
unintentional.
accident.
'Cause they're so tiny. All right, here we go. Let's see. Is he dead?
Awesome. He's like, I don't know what happened.
Oh, this is a different one. I thought it was like the same jump.
Hilarious.
Okay,
That was-
we're gonna watch that
watch it
again. Yeah.
This guy's awesome.
He doesn't even like.
He lands on his back. He's like, man, that hurt a little bit.
That one like catches his leg. He's like, ah. Like.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, so they lack proper gyroscopic equipment, which is pretty evident in their jumps.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, like, wow, we're lucky because I think we can land better than that if we did like a jump from all fours.
Well, we should probably start with standing on one leg, one foot first.
Make sure we're gonna survive for at least the next 10 years.
Yeah. If you've got good balance, then you can work your way up to leapfrogging. Because I don't know about you, but falling down hurts. It hurts me, and so.
Yeah, it hurts. I fall down a lot. So
Do you really?
yeah, I mean surfing and
Oh,
just.
I was just picturing you like skipping the last step and just like falling.
No, I haven't done that in a few months. I don't think. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that a few times. Yeah, no, I fall, and visiting with people a lot with doctors recently. They ask those questions if you fall. Those questions lead to more questions. So when you're out there and a doctor asks you if you fall, just say no. Just say no. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait. Sorry. That's non-medical advice. Remember, we already covered this. I'm not a doctor. And so I have no medical
But
training.
lies.
So
You have what?
I have no medical
Oh,
training. Remember we covered this earlier when I was giving people medical advice.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's horrible advice. Don't lie to your doctor.
yeah, everything they say. Nope, nope. I'm perfectly fine. Nope, no problems. Just fix what I told you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. It's interesting because watching and listening to their line of questioning, because it opens doors to where things you might not normally answer, or you might not see the relationships. So you should be truthful. All right, 5 minute break, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
cover chimpanzees play video games,
Oh.
and we have some James Webb stuff. So
Cool.
that will be what we round out the rest of our show with. And I'll put it back over here. Let me fix. I don't know. There is nothing to fix. I was gonna fix this to winging it, but then what's really the point when we're like
When we're already
a
here.
few minutes away from the show? So ending. All right, we'll see everybody in 5.
Yep.
There. Hello, hello. My mouth's not moving too well on my bear. So we're 50-50 on our poll with only 2 votes. That doesn't help. That's so funny. My vote was yes, so I didn't get the vote. So. Yes wins. Woo woo.
I think. Yeah.
So I wonder what frog was that?
What frog? Pumpkin. Toad.
Yeah.
Brachyphala. Phallic.
Where can I buy one? Oh my gosh. These things just get cooler and cooler.
Look at that. It looks like a habanero. Pepper.
It secretly glows in the dark.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. How do you get these things? I want one.
It's the size of a thumbnail.
You know, that's so human. It's like, I want one of these. And you're gonna take it out of its nice little forest habitat. And it's just doing frog stuff. And I feel bad. I don't want it. I feel bad for him. He's probably having more fun. I just think of your cat, Craig. Like that picture you sent me was the best. So his cat decided it was an outdoor cat. And we weren't sure about it, but he sent me a picture yesterday, and it definitely looks like it's 100% enjoying the outdoors. It's just chilling under his car with its feet folded up, kind of like with the swagger lean, and like, yep, this is my place. And like, I have no desire to come back inside. Like this is what I wanted, and so we can cohabitate on this property. I hope your mice and your little small varmint problem's probably taken care of now. That'll probably help you out in the barn.
Can we share the picture? I'm curious.
I
Maybe
don't
later.
know. Yeah,
So you can show me later.
well, I can definitely show you, but and the picture is sanitized. I mean, I know there's nothing bad in it, but I don't know how I could produce it easily. So,
sure.
And I don't know if you can drop it in the chat easily. If you can, then that would be fine. But other than that, I don't know. You know, just how to get to it easily without digging through a bunch of personal stuff. So
no, that's totally fair.
Yeah, not that there's anything really crazy. I just don't know whose stuff in there. I got a picture like of somebody that'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to show that," because like all my pictures are pretty much either of like surfing or painting or bonsai trees. That's like pretty much all that you've seen my pictures. It's literally all that.
100% true.
It's so funny. There's like nothing that I would ever be afraid really to open. Like sometimes I take pictures of like documents, just nothing super sensitive because I recognize that. But yeah, so enough on that. Now that everybody knows exactly what's in my photos.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we won't go.
Yeah, they're like, that's pretty boring. There will be,
there would be no juicy
stuff.
of the dog sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, and like,
they all look exactly the same, but they're all different days.
I would say, yeah, I would say if a person's willing to reveal their photos, then they really are probably just have not much to hide.
Yeah. This frog though, his toes are hilarious.
What, his stumps?
Yeah, he only has like one toe in the front and two in the back. It's very weird, and I like it.
Yeah, maybe we're saving him by bringing him to my house. Because 93% of his original cover has been... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, well.
Oh, it's
done with that article.
Geographic. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry,
But 93% of his habitat's been deforested. Poor guy.
That's sad.
That's the cutest face.
He is.
I want to draw this.
Do it. Save it. Oh, wait, we have already saved it.
It's so cool. So, moving on.
Bye.
Yeah, I know. he said bye to the bitch. He's still there. Look, he's just waiting.
Well, hey.
He's like, I'm still here. So, all right. Chimpanzees hunt for fruit in online game. All right, here's... Uh-oh. He did it. He did it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I just gotta go to site. Look at that.
That's a happy cat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no like, I'm hating my outdoor life. This is a cat that is giving the face like, nah, this is what I've wanted my whole life.
He's like, what are you looking at? Get out of here.
Yeah, you're bothering me. This right here almost looks like a dead mouse. Just kind of like, he's got a dead mouse there.
He's got a snack for later. He's got some shade. Just chilling out in the backyard, front yard.
That's the best. No,
that's awesome.
Thanks for sharing, Craig.
I love tuxedo cats. I had one.
Oh, tuxedo cats. Yes, that's even better too. You're right. Mine's black though, so
Yep.
no tuxedo or all black tuxedo. He does have some white, but chimpanzees hunt for fruit in online games to check navigation expertise. Okay.
Can we make this one a little bigger?
Yeah, I'd say that for sure. Testing how chimpanzees navigate in digital environments may assist researchers perceive why they like leisure, blah. Wow, where did I get leisure?
I
Huh.
don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, I know. Where they get leisure routes. From sure. I got leisure because the L probably in sure, but may assist researchers perceive why they like sure routes within wild cover over others. That's still a weird sentence.
That was really weird.
Chimpanzees in a zoo have been educated to make use of a touchscreen to navigate a digital setting and hunt down objects. Research like this may assist us to be taught extra about how our. I'm having real trouble with this article.
No, I think
Shut can
feel
discover their method round within the. Are they trying to?
yeah, no, this it just really it's. I don't think it's you.
Research. I'm going to read it really slowly. I just want to read this one sentence really slowly. Research like this might assist us be taught extra about how our shut can discover their method round within the jungle. That was word for word.
That is amazing. I feel like whoever put this together didn't copy and paste very well.
That was horrible. Like,
that's really bad. I did find this article, like the original, doesn't have pictures or anything. Science.
I'm gonna keep reading this, but
yeah.
I want to talk about this for a second. That one sentence, it's interesting because reading stuff out loud is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because I think about this sometimes, where why people are comfortable, not comfortable. You can read to yourself much better in a way, but then reading out loud helps you a lot more too. Read things and stuff. But your brain fixes and changes words around a little bit when there are mistypings or things that are wrong. Or you, in my case, I invented leisure out of, like and sure or something. And so this sentence, like my brain was like on overload trying to fix it to make like reading sense. And it's really interesting. And there's just so many, like, and I don't even know what they were saying in that. Like, research might assist us to learn more about how they get around in the jungle. Is that what he was trying to say? I mean,
I don't know. I cannot think of what shutkin might be.
You need a proofreader. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's lots of analysis on the navigation of birds and bees. Yep, of course. Mm-hmm. However, we all know little or no in regards to the navigation of most primate species. That is largely as a result of chimpanzees are tough to trace within the wild. Primates are quick. Okay, I will totally, I can totally give forgiveness to this article if English is not your first language.
Yeah, it says, well, this person that you're reading, it says they're in Germany.
Yeah. Then if this is a translate, I take back. I didn't. Sorry. No. Yeah. I apologize. So then you need somebody to proofread it if it's going to be in English. So I would suggest. Yeah. Because it's a little rough of a read. That is largely as a result of chimpanzees are tough to trace within the wild. Primates are quick, so they would possibly undergo foliage, which is tough to observe. Over a number of weeks, Ulrich and his colleagues educated 6 chimpanzees at Leipzig Zoo to make use of a touchscreen and play an online game which they needed to navigate to a tree to discover a piece of fruit. Once they did this, they have been rewarded with an actual fruit. Cool. Chimpanzees got 10 minutes at a time with the sport till they realized easy methods to transfer within the digital setting. Primates may refuse to participate at any time, and all had to use touchscreens beforehand. None of the animals have been harmed. I hope that the touchscreens didn't
Aw,
harm
yeah.
them. But if they say that uh, putting screens in front of kids harm them, I guess you can't make the comment that you didn't harm them. Hey?
Right. Well, I like that they're doing it because that they know they can get some fruit because they're like, hey, I just feel like a fruit right now, so I'm gonna go forage.
hmm
I don't know.
With the
That feels.
touchscreen.
Yep.
It's cool. And so they basically tested them, observed them. This is probably a little more exciting than observing a bubble.
Yeah,
But
for 465 days.
yeah, I would have a lot more fun with this one.
Yeah,
This is
and
this is what the bubble researchers are looking out the window at the people doing the chimpanzee research. And
yeah,
they're like, man, I wish I would have chose a different profession.
yeah.
That biology class I skipped, man, I really regret that now.
Yep.
You know, because that's like the first step into the chimpanzee world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like
I
when
can't imagine like going to school for zoology is much um too much longer than to be a physicist. Because
no,
wasn't it?
no, I would imagine they're pretty much the same. Like
Yeah.
you have to
You're,
learn a lot. Like,
yeah.
and that's what we're thinking. Both are similar to like 8 years of school, 6 to 8 years, I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe long.
Yeah, maybe even
I thought,
longer.
yeah,
I don't know.
because zoology, I mean, that's a long time.
And there's lots of gross stuff. Like zoology, it'd be close to being a doctor,
Yep.
I would imagine.
Well, I
You'd
mean,
have to know more because there's more
you,
varieties, but it's also
yeah.
less. You probably don't know as much, you know. So to me, it's kind of like the same.
Well, I thought a zoologist had their doctorate. I'll look it up.
And then they, on top of that, know more about animals, so they know everything about humans.
Well,
You would say?
it's a
Oh, you're just saying
um
it comes with a doctorate.
a
Yours, okay?
PhD.
Gotcha. PhD
Yeah.
program. Well, I was wondering, like, because we don't know tons. Maybe we don't know as much about animals as deeply as we know about humans because we can talk and learn a little more through different methods. So, but you have to know quantity more, variety. Wonder which one would have actually more information under its umbrella. Because you get all the specializations in humans for doctors, but we don't have
Mhm.
quite as many specializations, it seems like, in animals. They still have
Yeah.
them, but just, I don't know.
Yeah, and yeah, it says there are degree programs specific to zoology, um, high level scientific investigation, which usually requires a master's and a PhD. It says and a PhD is almost always essential for university or independent research positions. So I guess um, you can get your master's, but if you want to do anything major, and yeah, it says it at 6 to 8 years. So you were right.
Yeah, it would take a lot of information, a lot of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me. I don't like body
It,
fluids.
I wanted to do it.
Human or animal.
I wanted to do it. I wanted to work in a zoo, and but it's really hard. And even if you go and get all that schooling, there's only X amount of jobs out there, so it's just difficult like all around.
I know somebody that can get you into the zoo.
Right, Craig's daughter.
Yup.
Mm,
She's the in.
I
She
know.
she she's big time at the zoo. I think she's gonna be
I
running it next year.
That would be awesome.
So if you need a job, you don't need any credentials. She'll hire you.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to move though, huh?
No,
She's
she'll
gonna be
let
a
you work
moving
remote.
trailer. Well, that's no fun.
Yeah.
I work remote for the zoo already then. I don't do anything. I don't get paid.
So next? Ooh, we got a 4th of July sale at Best Buy.
Nice.
That would be that's what we need to do is figure out how to scrape ads from stuff. That would be awesome. Because they're just part of
Let's
the
get the foil hats first, and then
Let's see what?
let's get the foil hats working first.
Yeah.
And then
Then figure out how to scrape. No, we got a big show coming up on Monday. Like,
yeah.
that one's if anybody wants to know about how Microsoft's blockchain works, we're gonna tell you so much about it that we don't know.
We're gonna find out so much about it with you. It's gonna be awesome.
NASA will unveil the James Webb Space Telescope's first science photos in July. Here's how to watch. I don't see where the damage is at. Oh, that's before. That's when it's still here on planet.
That feels local.
Yeah, I would say when you look out in space and you see the building around it, that would totally be that conspiracy theory. Like, we've never went into space. Like, look,
Yeah.
it's in a building. You could see the reflection of something in here.
Yeah, it's being held up by whatever those things are. Ropes.
Wire. Invisible wires.
No, you can see them right there. These big white things in the front go right over it.
These right here?
Yeah. Holding it up.
Darcy?
Yeah.
This is the thing that sticks out in front of the telescope. This thing.
Oh.
The big,
well,
like
Jeff,
tripod thing.
It didn't look like it.
I'm just messing with you.
Whatever. I quit. I'm
leaving. No. I'll lose all 4 viewers.
I'm just kidding.
The viewership's only here for the eggplant. That's it. So, the James Webb, after a half of year in space, it will finally release the first science photos in July. So, the main image release event will take place on July 12th. What day is that?
Oh, look. I was wondering the same thing.
Almost on a Wednesday, too. That would have been so cool. At 10:30 a.m. Yep, so we'll cover it on the Wednesday.
What's almost a Wednesday?
Tuesday? An almost Wednesday is a Tuesday?
It's almost Wednesday. What? What day is that?
Well, that would be when our show was. Wow, she got me back fast. It didn't take any time to make fun of me. She's waiting and waiting.
That was easy.
Yeah, I know, it was easy. She didn't have to really even wait. So, July 12th at 10:30 Eastern, we are going to get our first photos. So, we will talk about them. Oh, additional events will take place in the day and on the 13th. Cool.
So we can go over it on, well, that's almost Saturday. So we can talk about it on Saturday too. That'll be good.
You can see it up there at NASA's website, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Daily Motion. And then they have a media briefing at noon. And then at 3, they have more stuff. Cool. A whole event. Special space event. I think we'll have to have a special picture for this. Cool. But
excellent.
Will it survive until the event?
Certainly hope so.
Did you know? Oh wait, let's see.
They got it. It got a.
You're gonna see the cows in Kansas. They're gonna point the telescope back at the Earth and look at the cows. That's so funny. Magnifying. Don't. Wait, I don't want to be linked to any crimes, Craig.
Just say no.
No, I don't remember anything.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. Nothing happened. There's no magnifying glasses in the swamp.
Nope.
We were looking at microbes in the swamp water. Yep.
That feels legit.
So, the Webb telescope. Moving on, the Webb telescope is getting destroyed, beat up. The aliens are throwing rocks at it.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Yeah, they're like, this is silly.
The James Webb, or the Webb telescope, I think they're getting rid of, they're trying to change the name of it. So the Webb telescope has been hit by something. Here's what it means for science. Uh-oh. The telescope has been hit by a micrometeoroid, which has damaged one of the gold segments that makes up its main 6.5-meter mirror. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Because if this happened in only 6 months, we're going to have problems maybe. This is an important telescope because you can't fix it.
Yeah.
It's just there. It was thrown out and everything has to work. So the result will be a marginally detectable effect in the data. So before we're even gathering pictures, we already have it.
Yep.
Have a scratch in the lens. They dropped their camera. You know, their brand new phone has a crack.
Yeah.
Up in the corner, just a small crack.
Sad. Yeah.
The C3 segment is thought to have been impacted by small dust particles. Is it serious? It appears not, despite the impact knocking the telescope slightly out of alignment. That's how hard it hit it.
Yeah.
The telescope is still performing at levels that exceed mission requirements. Because it was better than expected, so they're still within that. But, let's see if they say anything else. No, not really. Got hit. Yeah. Although the recent impact is classed as an unavoidable chance event, Webb's engineers are able to maneuver it to protect the optics from known meteor showers.
Well, that's good.
Well, that helps.
Yeah. All right.
But I thought that was really interesting because
Yeah.
if they're expecting this thing to last for 10 years, which I would expect that's probably the lifespan, expected lifespan, then $1 billion a year. I was just thinking about that. Oh, that's funny. Back to our ocean and space conversation.
Space
just $1 billion a year for the telescope, which is more than the whole budget of the ocean for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean, I guess to have this kind of telescope, this is the best way to build it. But I mean, we've learned so much from the Hubble telescope how long it's lasted and because it could be fixed. So it feels like kind of a backwards thing, but I guess I mean this telescope's also can see things that Hubble can't, and maybe that just makes it worth it. Like, what can we find? I don't know. I mean, 10 years is a long time. If we can find out a lot of stuff, things with this one in 10 years, it might.
I agree with your point you just made where, I don't know, I'm on the fence until we see what it produces. I don't know if it was worth it because I'm with you. The utility that was out of something that you can upgrade and that you can fix and you can access and you can repair, even if it's not easy. I think they've said there is no chance we can repair this, like, as of right now. So that's kind of annoying because it just, I think of, yes, you got to push the limits. You got to keep doing things that may be wasteful, but I think we opt for wasteful too easily.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sometimes the easiest solution isn't always the best one.
Because I mean, we got this great marvel of engineering out there. Some meteors are gonna beat it up, and it's gonna be broken.
6 months later.
Yeah, 6 months later. So hopefully it survives. Hopefully we can. Well, I know they already got the first images, I'm sure. So whatever we're gonna see has probably already been reviewed and studied and made sure that there's no spaceships flying across it. Things like that.
Excellent.
All right. So Monday, 6 a.m.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. I almost want to push this, not because I don't want to talk about it, but there's been quite a few developments in our little crypto sphere in the last few weeks. Or last week, not few weeks, week. And oh yeah, we canceled, so it'd be 2 weeks since we checked in, but it's really interesting. So we'll see how this show goes. But and then we'll see everybody on Saturday. You'll be back?
Yep. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Backish. I don't know how much we can impersonate without getting struck.
I think everybody does that impression. So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, but mine's like spot on.
It is. I think it
I think people would have been confused that Arnold was on the show.
Yep. They're like, wow, he's in Michigan. What's that place called that you live?
What's the Nobody knew before. Now they know. Oh my gosh. Actually, we've talked about it before.
Yeah, we have. So don't worry, I don't know the town that you live in, so
nobody does. Well, actually, I'm sure people do because you just Google it. You can find out any information if you want to pay $20. So, yeah. All right. We will see everybody on Monday to learn about stuff
and things.
Yep. Have a wonderful weekend. All right, it's got to be better than the last one. Like that last one was bad. So leave us with a joke.
Why do mushrooms get invited to all the best parties? Oh, stupid.
She didn't even read the answer first. Because they're in charge of the world. I don't know.
Yep, he was a fun guy.
That was better than the other one. You didn't like that one as much. That was awesome.
Well, I've heard that one before. Wait, that's why I was disappointed. I wanted to be one that I hadn't heard before.
Oh, do you have another one? Nope.
When your teacher asks, "Where's your homework?" It took a sick day. It had too many problems. That's me.
That's funny on so many levels, actually. Yeah. It took a sick day. It had too many problems. So yeah. I like it because it could just be the number of problems, right? Mm-hmm. Or my answers had too many problems in them. Yep. Yeah, I like that one. That one's even better. All right. So thank you for those 2 funny jokes at the end.
Yep, my pleasure.
Oh my gosh. The overlords are going to be mad.
Who?
You know.
Oh.
We didn't. I guess we told a joke about them. Hopefully they take that. Uh-oh, we got a new subscriber. 21. Oh. Stop making accounts to make us feel better, Craig.
I thought the subscriber's name was 21. I was like, well,
that would be the best. Oh. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free. Craig's doing our stuff for us.
Thank you, Craig. That's awesome.
This is the best ending ever. So we got jokes, we got new subscribers, we got Craig recruiting for us, telling us how to run our channel. That's great. Yep. Great. Mod's got to get paid someday. Yes. Yeah. We said that. He's our first paid position. Yep. So after we donate all our money to the overlords. What is that called when you go to church and give money?
Tides.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So we'll have to, we'll have to do that. I don't know how. We got to talk about that offline. We got a problem. I think they're going to be mad.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
All right. Talk
Right.
to everybody later. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.